여기 헤드 가드너 분이시고요. 우리 잘 부탁한다님으로 크리스한테 박수 한번 부탁드립니다.
So, welcome to Chartwell. This is the family home of the Churchill family between 1922 and 1965. So, from here, we see the view over the landscape at Chartwell, including Sir Winston's swimming pool and the two lakes. So, here at Chartwell, we're the only National Trust garden that has a former Chelsea flower show exhibit in our garden. So the rock formation that you can see here was on display at Chelsea Flower Show in 1948. This pond here is called the Golden Orf Pond. Golden Orf for a small type of carp.
Small type of carp.
Carp fish, yeah.
처칠 때 그 사가지고 온 그 생선들이 그 이후로 아무도 여기에다가 물고기들을 다시 갖다가 해놓지 않았대요. 그러니까 최소한 걔네들이 계속 살고 있거나 자손의 자손들이거나 이 아이들이 요 안에 지금 물고기들이 살고 있답니다. 네. 저기 하얀 의자 보이시죠? 저기가 이제 처칠이 앉아가지고 저 아래 보면 조그만 박스 있는데 거기서 이제 그 물고기 저기 먹이 던져주던.
So this is Lady Churchill's rose garden. This is the most formal area of the garden at Chartwell, and it's all planted with hybrid tea roses. They're roses that would have been very popular in the 1920s and the 1930s. Have one flower head on one single stem rather than multiple heads on one stem. All the roses throughout this part of the garden are all white and pink because they were the chosen colours by Lady Churchill. The only exception to that rule are the two roses that are either side of the bench, and they're called the Churchill rose. That rose was bred to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Churchill College, Cambridge, and they were chosen by the Churchill's youngest daughter.
컴포스트인지 좀 물어봐 주시고 병충해 관리 어떻게 하시는지 물어봐.
Are they the all compost you spreading?
So this is horse manure.
말똥. 네. It's just horse manure itself, or you mix something?
So the soil underneath, but we put horse manure on the top because it traps the moisture in the soil underneath. So if we were to dig back there, you can see there's moisture in the soil.
Do you give these plants some special treatment for the bugs and slugs?
No, we garden with nature rather than against it. Right. So we encourage ladybirds to come and eat aphids. We encourage birds in the garden.
Right. Slugs?
Touch wood, this year we haven't had many slugs. Aphids this
Really?
year, slugs were really bad last year. I think the slugs like going over
exactly.
this dry surface.
Yeah.
So. So when the Churchills lived here, this was a huge grass embankment that came down from the top up there, right down onto here. But when it first opened to the public, they found out there was a lot of people either trying to come down the grass bank, started becoming really badly eroded. So the National Trust put that wall in across there, and it was planted as almost like a shrubbery.
Right.
Since then, we've planted that border as an example of plants that are climate resilient.
Right.
So that border hasn't been watered since, I've been here for 4 years and we've never watered that border at all. As a conservation charity, the National Trust, we really don't we don't water our gardens unless we absolutely have to.
Right.
And if we can plant sensibly to avoid that anyway, why wouldn't we? So that is a really good example of providing colour and structure all year round without having to water it through the driest of the summers.
No compost and no chemical anything. 아무것도. 네.
So she managed all of the soft planting in the garden. She chose the colours for everything in the garden. Sir Winston did all the built structure in the garden, so if it was walls, summer houses, anything like that, that was Sir Winston. And the reason for that is because Sir Winston bought Chartwell without telling Lady Churchill. So as an apology, he said, you manage all of the soft planting, all the colours in the garden. And when you go in the house later, you'll see that the colours that the house is decorated in, all the furniture and the walls, they're always soft, sort of like pastel colours, because they're the colours that were favoured by Lady Churchill.
Right.
허락받는 것보다 용서 구하는 게 더 쉽다.
그런 상황인 거죠. 예. Forgiven is easier than having permission. 여기 가드너가 3.5명이래요.
3.5명.
네. 가드너, 그러니까 정식으로 월급 받는 가드너는 3.5명. 볼런티어가 이제 48분 정도 계신답니다. 그래서 총 합치면 뭐 한 50분 정도인데, 이제 볼런티어는 아무래도 일주일 내내 출근을 안 하겠죠. 잡초도 뽑고, 그다음에 전지 잘라주는 것도 하고, 그다음에 심기도 하고.
All the walls that you can see here were built by Sir Winston Churchill, and these were built between, between 1925 and 1932.
그러니까 여기가 만들어진 거는 그 처칠하고 아내분하고 이제 결혼 50주년 그거 할 때 이렇게 만들어진, 그 영국은 25년 굉장히 크고요. 그다음에 50주년 굉장히 큰데 그거를 이제 그래서 50주년이 되면 이제 예식처럼 비슷하게 행사를 해요. 그래서 그때 이제 그 걸어 들어갔던 아일이 요 길.
And this we completely replanted this last winter.
오케이.
There's about 200 roses in there.
한 200개 정도 장미가 된답니다. 네.
These beds that are here are our cut flower beds. So everything that's grown in this part of the garden is used in the flower arrangements that you'll see around the house, in the cafe, in the visitor centre. And we're moving towards more perennial plants rather than annual plants, because we haven't got to grow them every year. They're longer lived, and in the long run.
So season by season you plant.
Yeah.
여기 다 호박이래요.
Pumpkins.
Why the
strawberries.
mulching is totally different?
So different plants. So
Okay.
Pumpkins, open ground. Strawberries. We
Has
put
to be
them-
covered
Yeah, well,
soil.
yeah, because they put out lots of runners, so it stops all the runners from self-seeding, rooting all the way along. We can control them a bit better like that. And then artichokes, asparagus, and then rhubarb.
all kind of vegetables.
all edible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
여기는 다 이제 먹을 수 있는 음식들, 키친 가든. 예.
So
원래들이 이게 있구나.
in the winter, we pick these up and we put them on top like
아,
that. So we keep the light away from it.
right.
So
피해를
as it
막아주고.
grows, it's growing in almost zero light.
Ah,
no
right.
light to it at all. And then what happens, it grows up the inside and this starts to push off
Right.
the top. And then we take this off,
And it's get bigger.
and inside, all these stems
Yeah.
are bright red.
Oh, really? 그때가 딱 이제 뚜껑에서 그 정도 크면 잘라서 먹는데요. 근데 되게 달대요.
Sir Winston bought Chartwell for 3 reasons. One was because it was really close to the Houses of Parliament.
Okay.
The second one was because of that view.
Right.
And the third one was because of his nanny, Mrs. Everest, when he was growing up, was always telling him about the Garden of England. And she said, when you're old enough to buy a house, Winston, you must look at somewhere in the Garden of England. And the view is completely unchanged from the day they lived here.
Do you have a particular way to make bloom a lot? So before blooming the flowers, how many times you cut?
So you
Cut
cut
it.
those through the summer. You take the long whippy growth back to about 6 buds, and then in the middle of winter, normally around about February time, you take those back down to 2 buds.
Okay.
And then cut it back nice and tight to 2 buds. And then when it flowers, there's no long whippy bits of growth that have grown last year. You're just getting the flowers.
So
from
winter
those.
time just one, and summertime before blooming.
So
once.
no, it blooms normally before it comes into leaf. That's the easy way to remember it. In the second
month's 2 eyes.
2 buds. In the 6th month, normally around about June, you take them back to 6 buds.
Wow.
So 2 and 6.
자, 우리 저 크리스한테 감사의 박수 한번 부탁드립니다. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. I really appreciate for your time.
No, you're very
Cheers.
welcome.
Thank you.
Super.